Buy some cheap earbuds. That way you can hear and nobody else. All right, fines and costs, $180.
Okay.
You need a payment plan, ma'am? What do we got?
Your Honor, we are going to be availing ourselves of the people's plea offer. We're going to be pleading guilty to the reduced charge of disorderly person under the delayed sentencing statute MCL 771.1, where at the period of 12 months, if there's no new criminal offenses, the matter would be taken off. With the caveat that there will be no contact with her neighbors, Teresa and Alvin Strong, that they're not to go onto the property of Teresa and Alvin Strong, which is at 15807 Birch.
Yep.
And there's an agreement, there'll be no playing of music from the car or house that's audible to people outside before 9 a.m.
Okay, so I've got two files from Ms. Welch. I've got a trespass and I've got a threats. Do we care which one gets dismissed and which one gets reduced?
My understanding would be the threats is dismissed, trespass is reduced to disorder.
Okay, that works.
But I don't, Mr. Greco didn't have a, but yes.
That'll work for me.
Disorder.
All right, Ms. Welch. All right, go ahead.
We'll ask, we'll cover that when you're done.
Okay.
Ms. Welch, did you discuss your rights and options with Mr. Hadley?
Yes.
And do you understand those rights and options?
Yes.
You understand that the possible penalty for the trespassing charge is up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail.
Yes, I understand now.
Understanding all of these things, are you pleading guilty, freely and no? Are you pleading no contest, freely and voluntarily to the charge of disorderly person?
Okay. To disorder.
Yes.
Yep.
And you understand when you say no contest, you're literally saying, Judge, I'm not fighting that charge.
I'm not gonna fight the charge. I just want to be able to go around kids.
Okay.
Okay.
Understanding all of that, where do I get my facts?
Fence date of, I want to say it was August.
November 30th.
November 30th. Miss Welch, on November 30th.
No. Just no contest plea. So that means I'm not going to get the facts from her.
And I mean, we'll rely on the police report first. We'll stipulate the
Which would work great
if we had one.
if I had one. And the appearance ticket doesn't have anything in the remarks section. So if you can get your hands on one.
I've got one. Give me just one. My apologies.
No problem.
771.1. I didn't think we were doing an NC. Mr. Greco, I just spoke with, though, he has no issue with it.
Okay.
Correct. So, basis the police report, we would, Ms. Welch enters a plea of no contest that on November 30th, 2023, while in the city of Romulus, she did act in a way that caused a disturbance of peace.
And you're satisfied with the factual basis as provided?
I am, Your Honor.
I will accept the plea. All right, ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am. What should I consider before I sentence?
She's on a fixed income, Your Honor. One of her biggest concerns is that she's still going to have the ability to be around her granddaughters. This isn't a criminally minded person. This was an argument between neighbors that had been friends. Relationship had kind of soured over the recent dates. We just ask that you come in on the lower end of the fines when fashioning your judgment today, considering her limited ability to pay.
Thank you. Ma'am, anything you want to add to that?
No, just my concern when my granddaughter comes over my home, the complainant and her husband, they'll come out and start challenging, provoking me. I can't even walk in the home. This has been going on for some time, but I understand I was wrong. I am involved with youth, children.
Okay.
They're not. I need to protect my character so I can give back to the future.
Yep.
And build. This is a mistake. I did not know by sending that picture would be a criminal act, but I knew that would make them leave me alone.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go along with the delayed sentence for 12 months. That means stay out of trouble, no new criminal offenses, okay? No more neighbor problems. I'm ordering, as per the agreement, I'm ordering you to stay off the neighbor's property and that any music you have on before 9 a.m. is quiet enough so that it can't be heard outside the home, your home.
Okay, but our house is closed. I'll just turn it off.
Buy some cheap earbuds. That way you can hear and nobody else can.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Fines and costs, $180.
Okay.
You need a payment plan, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
I get a check on the 3rd, I can pay.
Go downstairs to front counter and you can set up a payment plan with them. If you want to
Okay,
make, break it up into a couple payments or just pay it all after the third, whatever you want to do.
Okay, thank you,
You're welcome.
thank you.
You're very
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Oh, yeah, she got to go to probation because we got terms on the delay.
Okay.
So start at probation.
Sit her down, check in.
Yep, yep. All right, Mr. Puda, come on up with your appearance for Joshua Lucas. How'd I do?
Pretty good.
How do you say it?
Lucas, like there's no T.
Okay, okay.
Good
Go
morning, Your Honor. Julian Food on behalf of the defendant, Joshua Lucas. Your Honor, we have reached a plea agreement here with the prosecutor. They've agreed to dismiss the original charge, OWI. My client's going to be pleading guilty to an added count of operating while visibly impaired.
Okay. Have you discussed with counsel your rights and options?
Yes, sir.
You understand those?
Yes,
You understand the possible penalty for the added charge?
yes,
Are you pleading guilty to the added charge today freely and voluntarily?
yes.
Mr. Puda, would you voir dire to get the facts I need?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to direct your attention back to October 29th, 2023. Had you been operating a motor vehicle at or near Inkster and North Line Road in the city of Romulus?
Yes,
And had you consumed alcohol prior to operating the motor vehicle?
yes,
And you later came into contact with the police?
Yep.
And they did a blood draw?
at the hospital, yes,
And the blood results, do you stipulate that they were 0.13?
yes,
Do you agree that the consumption of the alcohol impaired your ability to operate the motor vehicle?
yes,
Your Honor, I'm satisfied.
I am too. All right. I'll accept the plea to the added charge, dismiss the original. All right, Mr. Lucas, I'm going to put you on a personal bond. I'm going to send you downstairs to deal with our probation department. They're going to schedule to have you come back for an interview with a probation officer. They'll also schedule a sentencing date. Mr. Puda, you can walk down and hopefully pick that sentencing date. Based on that interview, probation will put together a report and a recommendation for sentencing. You fellows will get a look at it when you come back for sentencing. I'll look at it, we'll talk about it, and then at that point, I'm going to decide what the sentence term should be. Understood?
understood.
Your personal bond is first condition, the obvious one, stay out of trouble. Second condition, cooperate with probation so we can move this towards sentencing. Third condition, do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood altering substance that includes alcohol and or marijuana unless you've got a doctor's prescription. Understood?
Understood.
Any questions?
Nope.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you mess up on bond?
Yes.
We're all set. Go on
Thank you,
downstairs.
Honor.
Have
Thank
a good
you.
day, gentlemen.
You too.
Give me a name, Jamie.
Last name, looks like Maury?
Oh, Murphy, I'm sorry.
Like
Sloppy, sloppy handwriting. He was doing better earlier than that. Remember? Oh.
All right, your appearance, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Adler, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Shantae Murphy, who's standing to my right. Please state your name for the court.
Shantae Murphy.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Your Honor, we're here at the date and time for an arraignment pretrial. We'll waive the formal reading. We would like to avail ourselves of the people's plea offer at this time. We will be pleading guilty to the violation of parental responsibility under MCL 771.1. I believe we picked, Mr. Greco indicated June 15th would be the conclusion date of the non-reporting probation to kind of coincide with the school year. We're hoping it was pretty close to the end of the school year. We figured June 15th was maybe a couple weeks after the.
All right, I don't think end dates work as well as timelines. So are you okay with just a straight 6 months from today?
It'd be the same equivalent. So what do we got?
I mean, it
here,
might be a
Jim?
week
Yeah,
or
let's do
two.
6 months. I understand your point. He sounds like in the judgment writing. We're on June 15th. It's just 6 months from today. It's the exact same thing. we talked-
Okay.
It just makes, it makes. their-
It just won't be June 15th. It might be a little bit earlier, it might be a little bit later, but it's not gonna be, January of 25.
Okay, so like if her medical condition changed and I have to homeschool her, would that be?
What you need to do, so that's a good question. So if the situation changes with what's going on with the children's enrollment in school, she's talking about going to
Let me do
virtual
it my
learning.
way. Yeah, let me do it my way. My little standard way I explain this
Because
process.
yes, that's what. I'm saying.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. If we go forward with what I've got on paper, you're gonna plead guilty to the charge. I'm gonna put you on a delayed sentence for that 6 month period.
Okay,
During that time period, as long as you don't commit any crimes, and Tori, is it?
yes.
Tori doesn't have continuing attendance issues, then at the end of that 6 months, I just dismiss this charge outright and it's not a permanent conviction. Okay? So if there are further attendance problems, we're gonna have an issue. But if you decide to homeschool her and you notify the schools, I'm taking her out of Romulus schools because I'm a homeschooler, then she doesn't show up Monday. They don't care. They know she's at home being homeschooled. You follow me?
Yes.
So they're not gonna, now, if you just quit sending her because you decided to homeschool, they're gonna keep showing that she's absent. Then that's an issue.
Right, right.
So it's really communicate.
With the school.
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, sir. It
All right.
does.
So did you discuss your rights and options with Mr. Hadley?
Yes, yes.
Right? And you discussed the possible penalty for the charge?
I don't think we actually did, so.
Possible penalties up to $500 fines, plus court costs, and up to 93 days in jail. That's possible.
That's
So
understood.
if you tell
That's
the judge to kick
possible.
rocks, you're gonna have to pay 500.
All right. So understanding this, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
All right, so leading up to the ticket date, which was January 10, what was the issue that Tori was absent from school?
Well, she have polycystic kidney disease. She's in stage 3, like basically kidney failure, but
And how old is she?
she's 6.
Oh, little, okay.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
on lisinopril, blood pressure medicine. So
Okay.
some days she gets up ruggish. So by the time I walk her around to the bus stop, her bus driver will pull off on us. I
Right.
complained on like 1,000. Her
Right.
name is Miss Rhonda, because I believe she should come back around.
Okay,
But when she leaves, but she will literally be right there as I'm walking up, she will
Right.
take off.
right,
But Tori's, we try to make her be independent and dress herself, so
Yep.
she take her a little time, but I help her.
Right.
By the time
Right.
we get to the bus stop. She will miss the bus some
Okay.
days, but I guess calling is not as best,
Okay.
you know.
well, I'm gonna give you some other options too. That, would you agree that factual basis
Oh,
supports
absolutely.
your plea? Okay.
Absolutely.
So I can accept your plea, right? So
Yes.
the deal is in place that I just explained to you.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me give you some helpful hints. And I don't assess fines and costs on this, so it's just,
Thank
it's
you.
just about getting you in the system so we can make sure you get all the resources to make sure that we can get Tori in school every day. So a couple of things. Number one, I want to give you a card.
May I approach?
Yeah. This lady is our juvenile probation officer. Keep that card. If you're having any issues, contact her because she's been doing this for almost 20 years now. So she's got a lot of resources at her disposal.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
The other thing I want you to do is, where does she go to school, Tori?
Romulus Elementary.
All right. So Romulus L has a Romulus Schools attendance liaison officer assigned to each of their schools. You need to know who that person is for Rom L and have their number in your phone.
Okay,
Because if you're having any problems, here's the way the new system in Romulus works. 3 absences, that person, that liaison officer, reaches out to the parent to try to find out what's going on. All right. After 6, they send you a notice that says you have to show up at a meeting on a Tuesday night at the school board office. I'm actually there on those Tuesday night meetings. And it's kind of an informal one. Look, these are all the people that are trying to help you get Tori in school. These are resources available, blah, blah, blah. The reason you got your ticket is you missed one of those meetings. You missed one of those mandatory Tuesday night meetings. That's what your ticket says. All right. So I have been at meetings when parents have said, here's my problem with transportation, bus drivers. Okay. And I've heard the superintendent do 2 things. One, I've heard him say, I'll look into that. And I've also heard the follow-up that said, I went, I talked, this is what happened. So if there's an issue with the bus driver, you got, and I would suggest, and he probably wouldn't want me to say this, he might. I always tell people, go to the boss. So if you can't resolve it with the liaison officer at Rom L, you're still having bus driver issues, you go right to the superintendent's office. And say,
thank
and
you.
do it this way. Judge Oakley said, if I got a problem with a bus driver, this is the place I talk about
Thank
it.
you.
Okay?
Thank you so much, because I called transportation a couple times. Thank you so much.
But you probably, and no offense to secretaries, but most secretaries don't have a lot of authority. So probably you spoke to somebody and all they could do for you was pass the message to somebody else, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying if you can't work it out, whatever the issue is, and maybe it's not just bus driver, maybe it's some other issue, but communicate with your liaison agent. You got to have that number. I'm telling you, you have that name and number in your phone by the end of the week.
I'm gonna do it today. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, I got news. Go to Rom L right now. When you leave here, go to Rom L and said, I want to meet the liaison, the attendance liaison officer from this school. I want to meet them right now. I want to introduce myself. I want their phone number.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
But if you're having problems with transportation and that person can't help you, go right to the superintendent.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much. Your
Because everybody's got the same goal, an educated Tory.
Thank you.
All right,
As-
Have a
as
great day.
advertised. I told you he cares.
Oh, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day. Oh, ma'am, you owe us some money, ma'am?
Oh, hang on.
Ms. Murphy, you owe us some money on Romulus double parking. So it was probably some kind of a speeding ticket or moving infraction that was pled down to a double parking.
I think
Back
I
in
paid it was like
2021.
$460.
I don't know what you paid, but it's shown here you owe $60 on a balance
60.
from 21.
Right, but the last payment or.
Oh, the last time you made a payment was 22,
Okay, so I owe 60.
60.
Okay,
So if you can pay it today, great. If you can't, go downstairs and set up another payment plan to get that finished.
okay.
Okay? Thank you.
I'll.
Thank you. G, yeah, thanks. I'm just crossing it off. You know what? There was another one you asked for the file. and I don't think I wrote it down. Do you remember the name on it?
Paul.
Paul, thank you. Is Bowditch still talking to our violation, our show cause?
We're getting a notice for you right now, okay? Yep. It very well could be.
And do you know if Mr. Garrett's had a chance to speak to Mr. Greco yet?
That Garrett is being dealt with by Pat.
Oh, really? He's talking to Hadley.
So that's.
That's improvement.
Mr. G, did you want February or March? February's good?
February 39 here in person. Okay. Okay, you too. Y'all have a blessed. Thank you.